You already know what it is. 237, no place like home. Catch me on the stoop.
No place like
home.
Today,
today this young man, this young man with us today, he wear a lot of hats, baby. He wear a lot of hats. Here we go. Let him set it off.
Yeah, let him set it off. Let him set it off. Tell the people who you are, brother.
Man. Can y'all hear me out there? Can you hear him out there?
I think I am what the ancestors prayed for. I am redemption. I am reparation. I am vengeance. I am focus. I am a God. And I think you know, musician, artist, motivational speaker, boxer, community leader, organizer, revolutionary. Yeah.
You that guy.
All that. Yo. All y'all that don't know, this multifaceted guy, it's the smart. Mr. Smart. The smart guy.
The smart guy.
You know what I'm saying? For all y'all that don't know, you know what I'm saying? We want to sit down and say thank you for coming through. We appreciate it.
Somebody said Harlem was in the building. Somebody said Harlem was in the house though.
Pussy
Somebody said Harlem was in the building, baby. Yeah.
It's that soul, baby. You know, it's that soul, that old soul.
Right, for sure.
You know?
I mean, yo, listen, man, and I mean, I had a lot of inspiration from Brooklyn. You know, rest in peace, Brad. That was, you know, somebody that was very impactful in my life early on. You know, freestyle, Brandon Clifton. You know what I'm saying? My family used to live on this block. So my grandmother, God bless her dead.
Yeah.
We used to come over here, run around, just, you know what I mean? This how I learned how to really fight. You know what I'm saying? Fighting on this block. And then at the end, right? That's a park, right? The park right there.
No doubt. Yeah, it is Tompkins Park.
They had a church. They used to give us like little free sandwiches.
No doubt.
Yeah. I mean, Brooklyn has always been like sturdy. One thing I respect about, you know, Brooklyn and like my friends and my guys growing up in Brooklyn was, man, Brooklyn motherfuckers went everywhere, and you know, just, you know, took over. I think the resilience of Brooklyn is going to be an important part of this conversation that I wanted to have with you guys here today. You know, when we talking about just mindset and how do we cultivate a mindset that's going to lead us in the direction of building our communities up, right, and owning our communities, and you know, we revitalizing our own communities and having our own version that's beneficial of gentrification for ourselves, right? So yeah, so I kind of, you know, I got a little notes and shit.
Well, first, before we even get into that, because you know what I'm saying, like you said, you used to fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know, you had to sit down and keep a couple of guys, you know, put them in their place.
Right.
You might box a little now, don't you?
Yeah, I fight May 2nd.
Oh, okay. Where at?
In Jersey City.
Light
heavyweight. So I'm excited about that. Shout out to my pops, my coach.
Yeah, no doubt.
JU, heavy hitters. Coming. Yeah, I've been training really hard. I'm excited about it. So I'm fighting May 2nd. Boxing has been like, I love it because it requires so much mental toughness and discipline. You know, I've been like, you know, dieting. I went on 18-day juice fast. I lost like over 20 pounds in less than 2 weeks. You know,
what? Light? Cause you know, I'm only a heavyweight guy.
Right.
You know, there's so many.
You like
a lot of weight classes.
Yeah, there's a lot of boxing classes. There's a lot of weight classes. What weight do you fight at light heavyweight?
175.
175.
Okay. Yeah, 175. But light heavyweight guys just as dangerous as a heavyweight, because once you get past 168 pounds, you can knock out a guy 200 pounds.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when you on fight day, you might be in the ring like 190 something because you hydrate back up 20 pounds.
All right.
You know, so it's kind of tricky, right, with the weight classes and stuff like that. But I think if people who are fans of the sport of boxing, if they knew more of the details about it, they would be more fans. Because it's such a tough sport. Yeah. Then you got to think, you're fighting in 10-ounce gloves. You see, if you see the fucking heavyweights fighting 10-ounce gloves. So could you imagine getting hit by Mike Tyson? It's like, yo, bro, it's different. Yeah. So, but I've always been a fighter. Always had to fight. You know, not having a mother, not having a father, being in the system, being homeless, being abandoned, everything. My whole life was a fight. You know, so I think boxing was just a easy adaptation to what I was dealing with growing up.
Yeah. So what was your first love then? Was it the boxing or was it the music?
Man, really, I would say a combination of both because the music was expression, and I mean the music was expression, and the boxing was protection.
Okay.
So I needed, I needed to express myself, but I also needed to protect myself.
Yeah.
Right. I needed to understand myself, but I also needed to defend myself. You know, you 6 years old, 7 years old, you in a child shelter or a group home, or man, you better learn how to.
You better learn how to protect yourself.
You know what I mean? So, I fell in love with both at the same time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it's very important for every black man to learn how to protect himself. I think that's like goes without being said. But also music, right? Music gives you a form of expression, right?
Yeah.
You know, it was like therapy. You know, I'm dealing with these emotions, but I'm writing them out, and then I'm sharing them. Right? I'm sharing it with people. And then you might get the love, like see how the brother walked up, yo man, and he's like, word, I bet, right? Like you get a release for these trapped emotions, and then through your expression, you get clarity. Because what you might get from my rhyme wasn't my intention, but what you got from it helped me get a deeper level of understanding of myself, right? So that's just the power of music, right? And then when I started understanding that, like the power of music, and so now it's like, okay, I want to use this now to be more productive with it, just with myself. And then when you understand like my mantras, right? Now, mindset is important. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you, right? How you think creates how you feel. How you feel. So if you got a rap song, your favorite song, and you got these lyrics, and you rapping and you rapping and you rapping, and you could be manifesting that shit in those lyrics into your life by just rapping it. So once I understood the power of thought and thinking, man, then I just started making sure that, yo, what I'm writing is what I want to come into existence.
Okay.
And then now the type of writing I did started to shift. It became less aggressive and more elevational and inspirational.
My mother has a quote with that. You know, your altitude determines your attitude.
Your attitude determines your altitude.
Okay.
When you change your mindset.
For sure.
So that's how, you know, one of her favorite lines when it comes to mindsets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, I definitely understand it. As we were younger, I think, you know, as you get older,
right?
You know what I'm saying? You evolve. And that's what happens with your mindset. Because when we was younger, we was learning how to survive.
Right.
We was fighting for survival. But as we get older, we learn how to live.
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta understand, right? Like, white supremacy is a conscious construct, right? Meaning, like, it's not innate. It's learned behavior, right? And white supremacists, their fear is being annihilated genetically, so they're trying to protect against white genetic annihilation. So they condition the mindset of us to limit us and destroy us. So you have generations that are conditioned for their own demise and destruction. So it's harder for us to turn our lives in the right direction or go down the right path because we're conditioned to think in a way that destroys ourselves, right? And that's in media, that's on television, that's in music. You know, it's a self-hate culture. So we gotta be very mindful of the mental plantation, right? And systematic racism and how they use media to get us to accept demoralizing behavior, right? With our women are whores, our men are homosexuals, black men don't matter. Black men, we like the lowest on the list now. Right?
Yeah.
Black women look at us like you conditioned, but you're conditioned to look at us in a way that's not really who we are. Right? So that's why I said, like, understanding mindset is important. Understanding how we're being conditioned by other cultures to not have a culture or to destroy our culture is important. And when we have conversations like this, it has to be informative and purposeful.
Right. That's why they pull up to the stoop, baby. Huh? That's why they pull up to the stoop. You thought it was a game. We was just having this one out of the third. You getting some knowledge today. We got the smart guy, baby.
Definitely. So again, like, okay, so just a couple of things, right? Right now, we in the times of David and Goliath, and technology is the slingshot. It's the equalizer. Right now, we have the opportunity to take our positions of power, but we have to be more disciplined, more diligent, more consistent, and more purposeful in everything that we do. And we have to switch from consumers to curators. We have to switch from being owned to being owners, and not wanting to build our house in another man's backyard, but actually build our own house and have our own backyard. And then understanding our economic power, right? So it's just some numbers, right? In the last 3 years, less than 3 years, we spent $18 billion on alcohol, $8 billion on smoke, $15 billion on other drugs, a total of $41 billion on recreational drugs. This is the economic power of the impoverished blacks, the people in the ghetto. So you're talking about out of the ghetto, every 2 years, we're spending $41 billion on recreational drugs. How do we don't have enough money to invest in our communities? How we do, right? We're spending more money on drugs than brownstones. We're spending more money on blunts than blocks. We're spending more money on wigs and BBLs than schools, hospitals, and buildings, right? And the reason why is because we don't have any institutions that teach the children how to have knowledge of self, how to do for self, and how to leverage the opportunity being here in America, right? So that's one point I want to touch on. The next point I want to touch on is, well, how do we build our community? How do we make our neighborhoods better? Well, we have to produce. We have to own things. We have to create goods and services that black people can consume, because we're the highest consumers.
Yes, we are.
Right? We're the highest consumers, and we have the highest disposable income. We are the highest purchasing power because we have the most disposable income, but disposable income is not allocated into businesses that we own, so we don't see the benefits of our disposable income. So the $42 billion we spent on drugs in the last 2 years, we don't see none of those dollars. And the same way they had when you were young, they had liquor stores on every corner. Now you see smoke shops on every corner, right? And who's owning the smoke shops? Not us.
Not us.
Who owns the liquor stores? Not us, right? And then they use crack. So I'm just putting it in context, and then we're gonna get to solutions. But I want to put the information out there first. There's synthetic cocaine in the weed. There's synthetic crystal meth in the weed. There's fentanyl in the weed. There's crack, coke, dope in the weed. There's prescription pills, synthetic versions of it in the weed. You've never seen weed heads look like fucking dope heads. These kids smoking weed look like crackheads. So instead of a glass dick, now it's a paper dick. Okay? You know, the glass dick, you smoking a glass dick, now it's a paper dick. It ain't just weed that these motherfuckers are smoking. These kids are being bipolar. You're seeing schizophrenia. Weed does not do that to you. So it's the reason why so many smoke shops. So not only are they making money off our demise, but they're creating institutions and platforms that lead to our demise. So we got to be more responsible in terms of what we consume in terms of recreational drugs. So all this shit is cool, but we want to live. My grandfather died of prostate cancer. I mean, no doubt, all this, you sip, but you want to make sure, less liquor, more water, right? So that's the next point. I got 2 more points. So we talked about the mindset, right? How we're conditioned for our own destruction. We have to be mindful. We have to insulate and separate ourselves mentally. There needs to be a mental separation, a mental segregation from all other cultures other than our own. And then we need time for our minds to heal. We need time for our minds to really focus on our opportunities, our strengths, our talents, our gifts, right? If we keep consuming the white man's content, then we're going to be slaves to the white man. And if we don't have the courage to create content in a way that wakes up the minds of our people, we're going to live in darkness. We're going to perish due to lack of knowledge. So it's important for us to give the knowledge like this, but have goals and set deadlines. Right? So you guys have a podcast. Amazing, right? Now, what is CPM? CPM is cost per milli, right? The standardized CPM is $20 per 1,000 views. Google last year made $120 billion off of advertisement dollars, but podcasters can't rub together 2 pennies to make a profit. Because we don't have a platform that the content we create lives on. So you have to build your .com, fuck YouTube, use YouTube for just your trailer, your clips, and say, hey, you guys want to see the full episode? Come to the .com. Upon coming to the .com, you have to type in, I need information. You either have a paywall or information wall. A paywall is like Netflix. If you don't pay their punk ass $7, you can't stream a movie, right? An info wall is I need you to fill out a survey for me. And when you fill out a survey, once this survey is filled out, simple questionnaire, you have a subscription to my website. The reason why you make them fill out the survey is because that's the information that you're going to sell and solicit to advertisers to promote their products to your people, your audience who's watching your podcast. So you know the analytics. You have to understand analytics. We have to start studying how to monetize and how to scale because we're making too much money for other people. You know? Yeah.
Listen. Because I know one thing. Yo, go ahead, cuz I've been, you know, we sit down and we hear all this about monetization.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the one thing about it is, a lot of us don't understand the monetization or the CPM. You know what I'm saying? I actually looked up the CPM. And when I saw it, it was disturbing.
Right.
It was disturbing because, you know, like you said, it's like $20. You know what I'm saying? And for you to be putting out the amount of content, especially if you're small, like if you ain't got a network and you your own, you know,
somebody
your own situation,
somebody
you ain't got
you pushing that
engine behind you,
right?
You getting pennies on the dollar, and I'm talking about half of a penny, not even a whole penny. So when you say send them to the .com,
right?
Break it down a little.
So listen, this is a business, right? And there's no room for, you know, business is like a hotel, right? And there's no rooms available for emotions, right? So this is business, and the reason why you can't get the maximum payout for your content is because your content is not the product. Your content is the commercial for the products that or services that's being promoted. So if you don't understand the purpose of your content, then you can't fully monetize or monetize at all your content. If you don't have a destination, your destination is your website.
Okay.
The middleman is the content. The end is the person consuming. So you got a consumer, content, website. Now you have a company, like I don't know the name of that shop. I just bought this stupid ass $5 coconut bottle of water, right? But there's a shop right there, right? And there's people that shop at that shop that consume my content, but they don't know that that shop is in existence. So through my content, I let the people know that watch my content that shop is in existence, and then that is what they pay for. They're paying for traffic being sent to their shop. Okay, so advertisement is not about numbers. It's about product and services. It's about customers. That little shop is not getting 300,000 people walking through that motherfucker every day. So if you're not getting 300,000 people walking through that motherfucker every day, why would I need 300,000 views for you to pay me for advertisement? So all I have to do is go walk over there, hey, figure out who's the manager, who's the owner, build a relationship. That's called POC, point of contact, right? Then I'm gonna order something, and I'm gonna sit for the whole fucking day, and I'm gonna sit there and just see how many people come here. Because the amount of people that come to this shop, all I have to do is times 10 that on my viewership to justify advertisement dollars being spent with me for them. So if they only getting 700 people to come to their shop, and I got 7,000 views on the video, and those out of those 7,000 views, they're all on my website. I have the analytics. I can prove to you that the people that's out of these 7,000 people, 2,000 of them live in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Out of the 2,000 people, 700 of those people live within walking distance of your place, and they don't know your place is in existence. Guess what? You're going to pay me advertisement dollars to talk about your place. And then when you make a list, a diversified list of businesses just like that, now you start to understand how you scale your advertisements. Then you need to have an ad team that does what? Go out, put the groundwork in, and find little businesses, right? And then solicit ad space to those businesses. That's how you make money off of advertisement. Now, every video that you put out, right? The video, let's say a video, how long is this going to be? Maybe like an hour or so, right? So this is like the video. You got the beginning, the middle, and the end. That's interrupting. That's interrupting advertisement. You know the shit you want to skip? So you got 3 interrupting ad videos, right? Then you got on the right and left side of the corners, those are called watermarks. You got the watermark spots, right? Now those are what? 5 advertisement spaces, right? Now you got the I want to write something down. You got that paper you got from Target? Now you have conversational advertisement, right? Now that's what? How many is that money? That's like 7. 6. Right? Now you have you're wearing. That's 7, right? And then now you got the reading of, oh, we want to shout out blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So you got a total of 12, maybe 12 to 11 ad spots per piece of content. And then what you do is you're setting. So now you're saying I'm gonna set up my ad space is gonna be $100 per company, per slot. Now you're looking at $1,000 per video that you put out, irregardless of how many views you get. You created your own fucking CPM.
Yo, first, before we go any further, let me tell you thank you right goddamn now. First of all, let me tell you thank you right now because we should have had set up on the stoop about a year and some change ago, Daddy. Straight cash. Because not only did you just drop some shit for the peoples, not only did you just drop some shit for the peoples, but you made some sense for us. You just put some shit together for us right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But then again, it goes back to mindset, right? Look, how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So when you start to cultivate and develop the mindset for ownership, and you know who you are, well, who are you? You're a God, 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 you're a God. You know who you are, you're going to live in that existence. And then you only see what you look for, right? So if I know I'm a God, and I know I produce, I'm not waiting for no white man to come out the sky on a staircase of clouds to come and save me and help me. And I know damn sure the white man on the ground ain't trying to sell you. He trying to put me in the ground. Then what do I got? I got to do for self. Black man is God. So at the end of the day, I'm not unaware of that. And then I'm working with that confidence. I'm working with that level of awareness. Now I'm finding the information. I'm not waiting for Google to send me no AdSense checks. Fuck you, Sergey Brin. Fuck you, Larry Page. If you know, you know why I said fuck them. Because you're not dispersing. You made over $100 billion, but you only distributed less than 90 million to content creators. So you're getting fat while we're starving. So at the end of the day, I need to do this on my own. And when we are educated on how to do it on our own, then we can do it on our own. And then we have conversations that create unity. Now we can monopolize and mobilize as a collective. So when we do it on our own as a collective, now we are empowered. Now we become the status quo. Now we become the standard. Now we become the big brother. Right? So, and it's my next point I want to touch on my first page, right? This is why it's important for us to have structure. right? And not be afraid to give our people opportunities to donate, raise money, sell products, right? I say raise until we rise. Raise until we rise. They got you got angel investors, you got hedge fund companies, you got white people, Jewish people who invest in technology, who invest in entrepreneurs. Peter Thiel is an angel investor. He invested over $1 million in Facebook out the gate. So if Mark Zuckerberg got over $1 million from Peter Thiel, why the Stoop can't get $1 million from their community?
Yeah. Heard. Say it again. They ain't you like just for y'all tuning in.
If Mark Zuckerberg can get over $1 million from Peter Thiel as an initial investment for Facebook, why can't the Stoop get $1 million from their community or $1 million from their viewers? And you can and you will if you have the courage and the mental fortitude and toughness to ask. Ask, it shall be given. But we've been conditioned not to use our tongue because our tongue is the great alchemist. Our tongue is God's gift. Our tongue is free will. So it's certain things that we won't even ask because we've been conditioned not to ask, because if we do ask, then we shall get. I am. Everything I add on to I am becomes added on to me. I am a God. I am invincible. I am wealthy. I am rich. See? And when we understand how to use the word of God with the instruments that God gave us to even speak the word, then we get those things for ourselves and we get the benefit. You know, right?
Listen. Let me give it. Hold on. You giving us some thunder. I just wanted to let you know you giving us some thunder.
Right. So. Yeah, I got you. No, make your point. I bet. So now that's why we have to understand institutions, right? Health, education, religion. I like to say her. You know, like sir, her, right?
No doubt.
Health, education, religion. Churches condition our people for nothing. Churches condition. We have been given a religion by oppressors. What they talk about church on Sunday in the Negro church is not what the so-called Jew is talking about in the synagogue when they have their time to talk. Right? And this is why these people are living in their heaven and we're waiting for a heaven that never came. They're living in their utopia and we're waiting for something that's just not going to come. Because Rosa Parks waited for Jesus too. She's not with us anymore. Martin Luther King waited for Jesus too. I have a dream. He's not here anymore. How many ancestors cried and died? How many bones are spread across the Atlantic Ocean of our people who waited for some person to never come? What if I told you you was Jesus? You standing here right now. Head like you look like Jesus to me. So if you are, and you are, who are you? If you then I don't gotta wait. You already right here. You here, God? You here?
Yeah.
Right? We have to stop waiting for something that's not gonna come. And history has proven that Jesus is not coming. What the devil's a liar. The devil's a liar. Well, listen. Let me tell you something. Christianity is under 600 years, man.
Yeah, that's true.
So let's talk about math. Yo, the blood of Jesus, he's coming. When? Because Trayvon Martin, all these brothers out here dying, they needed him too. My brother, this is my blood brother. He ain't waiting for Jesus. Who you waiting for? He ain't waiting. Me. And I'm here. We ain't waiting for Jesus where? I respect what y'all doing. I respect the energy. So we building. This is what it is. Feel me? I'm not here to go viral. This is real shit. Our brothers and our sisters is dying out here, and black men standing on silent like cowards because we've been conditioned to be cowards. We've been conditioned to stand behind the woman. The greatest soldier in the white man's army is the black woman. The greatest soldier in the white man's army is the black woman. And they got us sitting on the sideline conditioning us not to be men. We are the heads of the household. We're the protectors, the providers. We get our position to provide from God in the form of provision. But you got to have the mindset to do for self in order to acquire and accumulate the provision. And we have to stop submitting to the woman because she's been given a position by the white man to destroy the family structure. So she thinks she's better than you, but she got it easier than you by design. Motherfuckers living with their girl. Shit in their girl name. The girl got better credit. Blah, 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 blah. It's designed that way. And she's so stupid, she got drunk off the power given to her by the oppressor. So now she does what? She oppresses you. You ain't gonna tell me what to do.
And she don't need you. Now she believes she doesn't need you.
But she does. Come out.
Yeah, she believes. She
does need you because you can't have man without woman. You can't have woman without man.
Yeah.
That's the conditioning. Submission is not finances. Submission is not finances. What makes you a woman is not how much money you make. What makes me a man is not how much money I make.
No doubt.
You see? So when we understand the actual roles and how the roles were reversed, then black men, we have to be unapologetic in taking our position. Masculinity is application, not advocation. I can't advocate for you to submit to me, woman. I'm going to live in my godness. And that's a vibration going out. And it's going to come back. That vibration going out has a gravitational pull. So now the woman that's going to submit to me is going to come in submission. We're not having a conversation about submission. And for the ones like the people that thought the water wasn't coming when Noah Ark warned them, let them drown. Let them drown.
Yeah.
But you want to negotiate with a woman that is non-negotiable. You want to bring a democracy to a dictator. I'm not here to tell you to submit to me. Bah! Beat it. Leave it at that. Because if you don't, that woman will destroy you because that woman is not for you. That woman will destroy you because she's not for you. And you don't even know who you are, so you don't know what you bringing to you. You confused as shit. See? That's why it's important for us to know who we are and be unapologetic. The woman is here to service us. Right? It's not happy wife, happy life. That's bullshit. Happy man is God's plan. It's the reason why we the head, bruh. And when you let a westernized woman dictate the household, you get this. You get this.
Yeah.
You get this.
Holla. Catch us on the stoop, baby. Huh? A lot of info today.
I have destroyed every avenue by which light can enter the mind of the slave. If I only had the ability to extinguish the slave's ability to see the light, then they'd be on the same level as the beast in the field. Willie Lynch. Man doesn't have the power to get you to actually be blind and not wake up. That's your free will. That can never be removed. So we have to put the content out. We have to put the light out. We have to let there be light. And then when you hear truth, you feel it. Something I said earlier about the average, everybody's like, whoa. It felt good. Like, we can make some money. When I said you become your own CPM. God, whoa.
Yeah.
You felt it, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the light. That's the truth. So when you distribute the truth to your people, they have no choice but to wake up. They're gonna feel it, right? It's just a feeling. See, I started rapping, but I'm rapping from a real place. The guy stood on the corner. He had to damn. He was
on
like
the walk by. He felt.
Then he came up and said, "Yo, bro, yo, man, you talking, yo, when you was born, man, right?" So there has to be it's truth. Truth is truth, right? Now, when we talk about fear, it takes the body 3 minutes or more to produce a chemical associated and correlated with the thought that you're thinking. Our thoughts produce chemicals in our body. So when you're thinking negative thoughts, your body produces chemicals that create fear, that create anxiety. That's why when a dog barks, they can smell it. They say they can smell fear. Your body is producing pheromones, right? And the dog can sense it, right? When you think positive, your body produces dopamine, endorphins. It takes the body 3 minutes or more to produce a chemical associated with the thought. So how do you defeat fear? You have to sit and be still for a minimum of 3 minutes and have affirmations being said to yourself. I am. I am. I am. It's up to you to fill in the blanks. I am. I am. I am. And you have to be diligent, and you have to be repetitive. It's the repetitive internal conversation you have with yourself that changes the thought, that changes the emotion, that changes the chemical. So not only are you defeating fear, but you're producing something to help you fight against the fear that you've been producing in your body due to these negative thoughts. When you get one negative thought, replace it with 100 positive thoughts. So when I said fill in a blank, it's no time like the present. I am.
What's up?
I am. I am. That's how you. So that's how you defeat. That's the answer to your question.
Gotcha.
Right.
Now that you did that, and I appreciate you doing that. Talk to them about the 3 C's.
Right.
Like I said, I'm following you, bro.
No, but listen. So, but I want to revisit that first, though, right?
Okay.
Like that's the information, but then the application, but then the patience to apply the information through application. You see, that's the power of it, right? Like being able to sit there, because a lot of times we get information, and for me, as a child, think about it, if you're on fire, right? You want to know where the water at or how to put this fire out. A lot of times we're desensitized when we hear the information. We get the medicine, we look at it. We get the medicine and we put it on the cabinet. No, it was important for you to do that for yourself, right? When you get one negative thought, replace it with 100 positive thoughts. It's the repetition, right? So yeah. Now, which one to break down by the
3 C's?
There's the 3 C's.
The 3 C's.
I love your 3 C's, but I think it was important for them to hear it as well.
What's the 3 C's, man?
Hey, kick it, yeah. Kick it.
So the purpose, listen, so check it out. So the purpose of what I do is like, I never did it for the viral. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was inspired by Malcolm X. I was inspired by Khalid Muhammad. I was inspired by, you know, Q.P. Newton, Fred Hampton, and like us having that requirement for the knowledge.
Consistency.
You said consistency.
So commitment, consistency.
You missing the third one. Missing that third one, God.
That's why it's the 3 too. There it is. Right? So now check it out, right? So when we start to understand that we have this expectation for the application of information, then change happens. Right? Because he knew it. He knew it, right? But he has to be held accountable for the knowledge. Right? I know the power of the 100, right? But we're going to sit here and we're going to do that whole 100. We ain't going to just say, when you get one negative thought, replace with 100 positive thoughts. I'm blessed. I am 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 blessed. That's a buck. I'm going to get that out the way. See? And when the enemy tries to get me to not take the application, I know that's the devil. See? This is our time. This is our moment. You got the knowledge, God. Now it's the application of it. And the confidence to apply it. Wherever you at in any moment. That's when the change comes. That's how you beat fear. That's how you beat doubt. That's how you beat procrastination. When you piss, you just pee, man. You gotta take a shit. You in the toilet. You like, we letting it go, man. Whoa, should I shit here? I mean, what is the toilet bowl? Man, I don't got shit, man. I'm in the house. You had to shit really bad. You in the house. You like, man, fuck that. I'm going to, man. Yeah. You had to piss really bad. Thank God for being a man, because we ain't got to wait, man. Yeah, for real. Yeah, you know. So it's about being decisive. It's about being decisive. It's about being decisive and understanding that we're conditioned not to take action. Because if we take action, then things change. That's why everything I've done has been solution-based. And if I can't apply it, I can't respect it. I can't, Jesus! Where you at? He ain't. If Jesus ain't, yo, you ever call somebody? You got my yo. You ever call somebody on the phone? They gonna say hello. If I can't do that to Jesus, then to me he ain't real. I need tangible shit from now on.
Yeah.
Because it's been over 400 years. Maybe if this was 700 years ago, I might be believing in Jesus. Maybe. After all these black people dying and Jesus, let my people go, Pharaoh. It's been too hard living, but I know change gonna, well, bruh, listen, man, I ain't have no father. My mother wasn't there. I was abused, abandoned, molested by my own mother. I've been in prison, Southport Block. I could have died in prison. There was no Jesus, there was no Muhammad, there was nothing. I just had myself. And you know when I turned my life around, I turned it around. See? So I'm not waiting for nobody to do for me. That's why doing for self is so important. And teaching men how to be men and how to be self-reliant. Right? It's important. I'm not waiting. You can't tell me shit. You can say whatever you want. Dude, fuck Jesus. What? Yeah. You ain't gonna give me no religion. You're not gonna give me a book and tell me it's King James Version. Did you know that Shakespeare had a ghostwriter? Her name was Emilia Bassano, a black woman. And did you know that Shakespeare wrote parts of the Bible? Did you know it's parts of the Bible that was removed strategically? But I'm gonna worship God how you, like you said, I don't need you to come to my father. Once I stopped doing that, my life turned around. I promise you. And you're not gonna make me feel bad about it. You're not gonna make me feel bad. You're not gonna make me feel bad about developing a relationship with my father, how I needed to be developed to benefit me. Because didn't it feel good to say that to yourself? Didn't it feel good? I gotta go by how I feel. I can't go by how you telling me how to feel. That's brainwashing. Oh, this is good. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Smart, look, I seen you out there speaking with the kids. What's the most important message you could give to the youth out there right now?
Man, how you think creates how you feel. How you feel, becomes an emotion. Yo, listen.
No doubt.
But it's repetition though. A, B, C, D, E, F. I just got finished talking to these kids in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what I told them. I said, listen, how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. The greatest gift you got right now is this. So use it wisely. Right? Then you got to acquire skills that's monetizable in the future. You got to get trades. You got to know how to build shit. Computer, you got AR, which is augmented reality. You got AI, artificial intelligence, and the fusion of it both. The matrix and the metaverse is coming. So if you don't understand how computers work, if you don't understand real estate, right? This is what I'm telling the kids. There's chemicals in the food that fuck us up. So and I'm telling the kids just like this, right? Yeah. Because a child's learning curve is the shortest between the ages of 0 to 7. This is what they don't teach you in child psychology, right? A child's learning curve meaning their ability to learn something is the easiest between the ages of 0 to 7. The curriculum that they teach in the Board of Education is a reflection of the conspiracy to destroy black boys and limit us. Because they teaching us A, B, C when it should be full words. They teaching us 1 + 1 when it should be calculus, science, and advanced math at that age. Okay? So I'm telling the kids that you ever see look at kids now. You take a 5-year-old from her generation and take a 5-year-old from his generation, it's like a grown woman talking to a little girl.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that though? Because they got access to information, technology. So you're seeing a more mature, advanced child. So the same way that little 5-year-old girl in 2024 can talk more mature, what does that tell you about her ability to learn? She can learn more advanced things. And we have to feed them these advanced things at that point and at that age. Secondly, I've never seen so many kids right now in this generation with autism. I've never seen so many black women with thyroid issues and shit like that. See, so now we need mental self-defense, nutritional self-defense, spiritual self-defense, economic self-defense, and physical self-defense. There's chemicals in the food that make it hard to move, right? Certain water is not good to drink because there's salt and sodium in the water. And sodium makes your body retain water, so you're not getting hydrated, you're actually being dehydrated. There's aspartame. There's chemicals in the food that creates autism. So the diet of a mother, she's breastfeeding that kid, the chemical she's eating is being passed to the child through the breast milk, and that's creating autism in the baby. They're putting chemicals in the food that creates autism. As an adult, it advances to dementia. So they're killing the babies and killing the adults. So we have to be mindful that we have to protect ourselves, because we have to start producing our own foods. We have to learn how to grow our own foods. A black man should not be dying at 75. You should be living to 775. But you've been conditioned to accept a death date that is not natural to your genetic structure. A black woman, menopause doesn't exist. A black woman can have a baby until she dies. Do you know the power of your portal? Do you know what your portal is? But you've been taught menopause. They inserted that into you. Population control. I've never seen so many black women now that can't have babies. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
You think that's by design? You think that's natural? So we have to start to educate ourselves, right? And through that education, we'll be able to elevate ourselves and not accept the white man's reality for our own. Black woman, if you want to have a baby, you can have a baby at 95 fucking years old. There's no exception to the rule. You ever see the woman, oh, she's 70 and had a baby. Well, what happened to, so menopause didn't work for her? It just hit you? It's a myth, man. Black man, we living longer, man. Right? But we have to eat the right foods. We have to produce our own foods. If we're not producing it, then how can we expect to get the full nutritional value out of it if we're not producing it? Right? So, which brings me to another point, and I'm trying to touch on different things. When we talk about construction, manufacturing, transportation, warehouse and utilities, and waste management, we don't produce shit here in America. Right?
Yeah. That's true.
We're not even thinking of being none of those areas. So if we don't produce in America, we're not adding value to America. If we don't add value to America, we can't have a vested interest in America. If we don't have a vested interest in America, then it's easy for them to remove us off the place. Right? So we have to begin to start thinking. That's why education is important. That's why back in the day, when Jesus was young, they had wood shop in school. Remember that?
Yeah.
Wood shop.
Yeah.
Remember that? It was in the school.
Yeah.
You go to school, in high school, you wood shop.
Oh yeah.
You had cooking class. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Electricity, all that shit was in school.
Yeah.
They strategically remove trades out of schools that we can use to monetize and build our communities. So we could not build our communities. There's not enough black contractor companies. Right? So I'm saying all of that to say this. We have to be more focused on what matters. And whatever field we choose to be in, we have to be in a position of ownership in that field that we choose to be in. And we have to make sure fields that we choose to be in benefit our culture as a whole, as a collective.
Here we go. Yeah, word.